Good morning. I'm Jason here with Jason Carey Guitar, and today we are here once again, and no surprise to you probably, we are here working the old morning ritual for guitar growth angle, and it's just something that will continue to happen every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time throughout the entire year of 2025. Good morning, Raul. Hey, does it look like Raul was first to the gate today? Hey, Raul. McWenna. Hey. And there he goes. He stamps it in the live chat for future generations. There you go. Good morning, Kevin. We got 2 blue wrenches on board already, and it's only 7:31. Good morning, Mr. Haas, Mr. McWenna, Mr. G, and Mr. Tortorello, Mr. Animates. And I thought maybe what I should do is I didn't bring my files into this location with me, my finger files this morning. What I was thinking I might do is give you my A string first, so we can get right on to setting our intentions. Hopefully your Magico, Mr. Dillard, is here in the house. I'll get you, Raul. Sounds like an old road runner and Wile E. Coyote cartoon in the making, you know. I think we're just about tuned up. We're almost tuned. A little bit light on the. Oh, we've got Tammy, Lynn. Good morning. I'm not sure how long people. I'm streaming on multiple channels this morning. My principal channel is the YouTube Live. So we do this every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time at this time of year. So we certainly appreciate you being here. If you're looking to improve guitar skill through 2025, this is the place to be. Every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And all right, we've got Mr. Jeff D. Can you play the Better Call Saul intro music? That's a great question. That's a wonderful question. I'm sure I can do it. Whether I can recall it from memory or not is another thing. So maybe if you stick around, what I would encourage you to do, I wanted to welcome you to specifically, Jeff, to the morning ritual for guitar growth. And this happens every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m., as you may have heard, for the entire year of 2025. We started with one video, and then, the very first video we dropped, we started this live stream where we can all get together and play the guitar together. Started the live stream here. We're going to finish it here, the last video in 2025. We are going to overlay, basically not overlay, but definitely deeply compare the two with my posture, my vocal tone. We have a whole rubric, a set that we would use to analyze your stage presence. There's a whole list of stuff that we're going over, but most of it is just to see what 260 hours a year looks like. How does 260 hours of morning ritual practice impact our guitar playing as guitar practitioners? So we are going to find out. It's like, how many licks does it take to get to the middle of a Tootsie Pop? We're going to answer it. We're going after that answer. So hopefully you join us. I see hi from Japan. Good morning. And so stick around, Jeff. Maybe we get to that. If you stick around and you're still chatting us up at the end of the sequence, usually I leave the last 15 or 20 minutes for specializations. But we'll go ahead and set our intention now. I'm in tune. we're in tune, and I'm going to set my intention for this practice. Maybe it's just for yourself. It should be something for you, for this intention, for this practice session. It should be you. Maybe it's something life related, but it's just something always positive. And so we'll go ahead and just kind of glaze our eyes over, or even close our eyes, and just kind of work on our breath, get our breath ready for presentation for the guitar. Deep breaths in, deep breath out. You can breathe in through your nose and out through your nose if you want. Or you can let this one come out through your mouth. Just a big sigh. And we'll go ahead and get our guitar posture in place and intact. So the other thing that I wanted to recommend is, if you have a guitar and you're a guitar player, you could bring your guitar and join us. That's what this is literally all about. So let me go ahead and get the other cameras set, and I think what's going to happen is we're just going to work on. I don't know if this is going to work this way or not. Bear with me just for 1 minute. Just a quick technical discrepancy so that we can see. So everyone can see the fretboard, the guitar fretboard, okay? I think you can see it. And if you get to the point where you need something adjusted, just let me know. And if I miss, I'm just going to be here for about an hour. So if you have a friend right now who might be, as a guitar player or drummer or whatever, who's interested in also bettering themselves or is currently practicing music, and you think this might be interesting to them, go ahead and share the link to this stream to them, and then we'll be all here together, okay? So we'll see you in a minute. Just keep me informed as to your questions as they arise. But I wanted to let you know I'm monitoring I'm monitoring a few channels, but if I don't get to your live chat right away, it's nothing personal. It's just that there are a few things going on here this morning. Principally, we're working on focusing on guitar development. Okay, 1E and a 2, and this time I'm going to use only fingers 3 and 4, and you can see that my fingernails aren't shaped, they're not optimal, but they are going to function. I'm going to use fingers 3 and 4. Last week we started with fingers index and middle. And then we went on to the 2 middle fingers. And now we're going on to the fingers 3 and 4 this week, today. But I'm doing this. You can also use a pick. I didn't even bring a pick so that I couldn't grab one. I couldn't reach for one. So if you would like, it's just a pick with a, down and up. We're alternating the strokes, pick strokes, okay? 1E and a down, up, down, up. We're starting with 1 and 2 and T and 4. And we probably could start with one single stroke per beat, but 2 attacks per beat is good. And 1 and 2, and here we go. Good idea, Scott. Guitar, hey, Robbie, we've got Robbie, we've got guitar for everyone. Justin's here, and I'm not really sure what that, it looks like there might be some symbols from Japan, characters, but I can't read it. And this is going to be those play Striper. Yeah, there you go. You see me sitting here in my black t-shirt and you're like, yeah, this dude plays Striper. So Jill's on board. Good morning. Good morning from the shores of Lake Champlain. Have you stayed on Grand Isle yet? There's a beautiful camp spot on Grand Isle. of the lake. Check it out, you'll love it. I really shouldn't give that away, but it's such a good place to be. Here's me focusing on the metronome now. Here we go. Nice quality tone, just working on keeping the index finger touched up against the thumb of my picking hand. I think we can do this. I think we can do this. Here we go. I think we can. So let's start again with fingers 2 and 3, 1 and 2 on 10 and 12, 1 and 2. Here we go. Oh yeah, nice place to be. We've been all over that area. Just love to travel, you know. Get wheels up and then just kind of. This isn't comfortable enough for me to talk, so what you're going to witness now is just me being a little bit quiet, okay? Serving the guitar is Sky. What's going on, man? Sky with the super chat, dropping the fiver. You'd be surprised what we do for fivers, you know. We love to bring the doggies over there and do a little bit of, you know, swimming in the Great Lakes. I think so. Lake Champlain is considered a Great Lake, correct? I wish you could be more. You wish I could be more what? More talented? Oh, wish it could be more. Oh yeah. I wish it could be more too, you know. I really appreciate it, man. I do appreciate it. I feel like this is back to like remedial finger picking here for me. It's sort of whooping me. It's whooping me this morning. And I can't believe I'm actually doing this publicly. This is a humbling experience for me. So I hope you're enjoying it and marking the day on your calendar because I've been humbled. So 1 E and 1 a 1 and 2 and T and 4 and they tried to make it the 6th Great Lake. That's what I thought, but it never was successful. It seems kind of like maybe they should change the name to Gitchagumi, you know? What a popular way to, you know, what a great way to canonize a tragedy, though, you know. Some great songwriters out there. Sky, I really do appreciate the support. That financial support is super important to, as you know, to anyone trying to survive in this world, you know. Tortorello is offering some positive assurance that he too is flopping around this morning, so I can keep up at this slow pace. Oh, good, because once we finish this morning's workout, fingers 3 and 4 will be, you know, on the fret hand, on the picking hand, will be much better shape, you know, much better options. I may have to get up and grab a fingernail file because I've got a little barb on my 3rd finger, which you can hear, and I may just let it go this morning for this morning's ritual, but because I don't know if I have any of that kit down here or not. We were sort of flying off. We had a super Mother's Day weekend. Got all of the netting up around the garden, you know, the raised bed gardens. Oh, here we go. Corporal Clegg. When do you start? Every morning. Oh, good morning, Corporal. Oh, I see we've got new people here. I've got to pay attention here. So if you're hanging out with us and you're practicing the guitar, welcome. I wanted to definitely welcome you into the family here. The live chat is super awesome. We have two wonderful moderators who are Mr. Kevin Haas and Mr. Anthony Tortorello, and you could. It's always worth thanking them for, you know, being here to keep the chat light and lively. And this is something that they've been here every single day for the entire year of 2025 so far, and it's a remarkable effort. You know, so these people are serious about something, and about guitar and about what's going on here. So that's sort of a testimonial to what's going on here. So really appreciate you being here with us, Corporal Clegg and Brett Peters. Brett, welcome. I did the spider exercise last night after having not done it in a long time, and it felt like my brain was broken at times. Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, this is great. All right, Kundalini King, good morning, Kundalini. Good morning. So here we go. So 1 and 2 and T and 4. And, oh, what are we doing? Fingers 2 and 4, and we'll stick with, I don't know if it's like, this is super exciting stuff, but I think we're going to stick with half note, or 1 and 2 attacks per beat. And you can hear that every morning is 60 beats per minute, and the way that we control what we can and can't do is, you know, based on super chats like Sky Animates did here a few minutes ago. He dropped a $5. That's definitely a little boost of adrenaline in the morning, so I definitely appreciate that. But no, for real, what we're going to do is just maybe I'll work to see if I can formulate a position, a posture where you can see a little bit more of what's happening with my index, my ring and pinky fingers. So 1 and 2 fingers 2 and 4 on frets 9 and 12, and we'll just go up and down, up one position, down another position. Okay, 1 and 2. Never fear. It feels like they're coming back to where they should be, you know. Dan Husband, good morning. Hopefully you get the shot of a little shot of the picking hand. You can see the pinky and ring fingers at work on the fret hand, picking hand. These are Corporal Clegg, Mr. Clegg. This is actually, these are non-diatonic. These are more like chromatic style. You know, they're not exactly chromatic, but they are patternistic, and most of what we're ever going to do musically stems from learning these patterns and mastering these patterns. But what I'm also neglecting to do at this point, which I haven't talked about yet, is setting the tone of the guitar morning, setting the tone. I'm forgetting to breathe most, you know, large in part, but because I'm talking a lot, because while I'm doing this to sort of hold the space. If I'm doing this by myself, or if I stop talking, I trust that you can, you know, I'm just giving you space to work. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're up to. And then now we're doing fingers 3 and 4 finger styling. So alternate between finger 3 and finger 4. And then we're using the thumb as the 0 point. That 0 gets transferred all the way through from this finger, pluck, return to 0, pluck, return to 0, pluck, return to 0, pluck, return to 0. And it all communicates through the fret hand, or the picking hand. Sorry, I'm not sure why I keep saying the picking hand. But it all communicates through the fret hand, the picking hand, through the thumb. Okay, so it's a really simple process, very simple process, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so let's try it out. Fingers 1 and 3 on 9 and 12. Same exercise that we were doing before, but this time we're going to be sure we put a big fat smile on our faces. Okay, let's see what that does. Go, and 2 and 3 and 4 and I had a jam session in my garage Saturday evening, 10 guitar players in a circle. It was amazing. Ooh. Amplification or no amplification? Those circles are awesome. Those are pretty fun to live stream too, I would think, right? Elbow alert, yeah, all right. It's a big old kickback, that drink elbow. Whoa, a lot of little bits of working the kinks out of the picking hand this morning. Alternating between, if you're just tuning in, we're alternating between, on the fret, the picking hand, between fingers 3 and 4, 2 attacks per beat. And we're going up and down frets. Basically, we start on 9 and 12. We're doing a little bit of a finger stretch exercise here. So I didn't bring a pick today, I didn't bring any options, so I'm really encouraging myself to stick to, I'm doing the stick-to-itiveness thing, so I'm encouraging myself to stick with the third and fourth fingers so that we can get some skill developed this morning. So we'll go ahead and, we're 23 minutes in, we'll go ahead and do our first stretch of the morning. And this is something I do every 15 minutes or so. So it's looking like this, straight elbow, and then we're pulling the hands back. I did get my yoga practice in this morning at 5, so this is feeling super good. And doing the other angle, we're letting this come down so that it's, we do both approaches. One, we do the reciprocal or the inversion so that we have balance, at least in the forearms here. That's pretty cool. And here we go again with the other arm. Same thing, we do, whatever we do in this arm, we're doing in both arms. So this is typically 16 clicks or 4 bars at 60 beats per minute. Acoustic, even better. That's great. That's wonderful you're doing that for the community, man. Just south of Ottawa, Canada. Let me know when you're on your way. Sasha's fingers are perfect for fingerstyle. Lucky me. Segovia had really thick fingers. Yes, he did. He certainly had the thick finger thing figured out, didn't he? Marco in with the save. Here, what's going on? Because the more flesh you have, the thicker the tone you can produce, they said. That's correct. That's why I eat a lot of pasta. And I think if you're a fingerstyle player, you're supposed to eat a lot of gelatin. I think gelatin helps to fortify your natural fingernails. With these exercises, walk this way is no problem. Let's go ahead and start with the Tortorello 3. Let's call it that one. So we have this really nice approach with, this is super simple and super relaxing. So if you're into like, super easy guitar stuff, this is for you. This one is for you. It's not like finger torture at all. So you'll be happy to know. And this guy, every time we get ready to do this, he always jumps for joy. So you're in the right place if you're looking for a super easy guitar. Super easy guitar with no pain, no burn, no stretch, no F. So easy. Here we go. Fingers 2, 3, and 4 on 10, 12, and 14. This may be a little challenging. I have to, actually, it may be pretty challenging. So, just so you know, just so you're aware. 1 E and a 2. Oh, let's go ahead and 1 and 2 and T and go and fingers 3 and 4, picking hand 1 and 2, and here we go. Yeah, those dominant 7, those 13 flat 9 chords were something else, We did take Mother's Day off. We did not deliver a single video. All we did was wish a happy Mother's Day. So we definitely got our Mother's Day observations done correctly. Walk this way verse at the 8, 10, 13 frets. Yes, he was a good guitar player, played with Guns N' Roses. Izzy Stradlin, there you go. Izzy, I hope you have a good morning, man. I hope you're out there fishing hard today. Or maybe you're not fishing today, but we do have some fishing music coming your way. Hopefully you can use it on your channel. He was a good guitar player, played with Guns N' Roses. I'm a drummer, not a guitar player, but I do play the guitar from time to time. Most, the drummers that I know write the best songs. Neil Peart, for example, was doing a lot of songwriting for, I think he was the principal songwriter for Rush. Neil Peart was, right? Alice in Chains. There you go, Jeremy. You got my number for sure. What to do for someone who is playing guitar for the first time to become a proficient, sir? Good question. That's a good question. Wonderful question. Practice makes permanent. And Sky is addressing this. Very good, Sky. Thank you. Practice makes permanent. So practice slow and precise. Otherwise, you'll get bad habits. Right. Right. Everyone says practice makes perfect. Well, what if you practice like a slump, you know? You're gonna play like a slump. So perfect is good. You can stick around here, Mr. Saeed, and you could stick around here and you can join us every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. So 7:30 a.m. and we're here every weekday morning for the entirety of 2025. You'll be happy to know this is free to join, free, so you come and go as you please, take what you need, leave the rest. The most important thing for me is to understand breath. Breath work is supremely important. Whatever you want to master, we're going to find out quickly that breath is super important. So I'm stalling obviously because this finger challenge is up next. So we're using fingers 1 and 2 and 3, stretching to 10 and 12 and 14. 1 and 2, and here we go. This is a place that is welcome for beginners. Hold on. All right, here we go. Oh, hey. Hello, Jason. We've got another, hey, Jamie, what's going on? He wrote the words and then they wrote the music. That's right. So after Getty and Alex wrote the music, they would have to write down the drum part for it. That's correct. That's accurate. The way I understand it. That's right. There's another discussion going on another channel about Rush and Neil Peart, Mr. Peart, and the gang, and how the songwriting process worked for them, you know. I feel like my third and fourth fingers of my picking hand are finally starting to comply. They're finally starting to come together a little bit. So these should start to become functional by the end of this session today. I've only been playing, oh, here's Jill with a little testimonial here. I've only been playing 8 months, and these morning sessions help a ton. And even if you don't have the fingernails to do the finger picking, the finger styling, we were talking about this yesterday, we were talking about dreamscapes and lucid dreaming, and because it all stems back to the recent video on this channel here at Jason Carey Guitar, is lucid dreaming. You know, some people talk about there are some schools of thought for dream analysis which are total utilitarian, where you have the problems that you don't work out. I've got to stretch. You have the problems of the day that you don't work out during the day. So the dreams are there so that you can, subconsciously, it's your brain's way of working out the problems. But so that process of analysis to me is separate from the dream, right? Separate from the lucid dream. And then I think we're talking about two separate things here, two separate schools of thinking. And basically what it amounts to is the more you use your fingertips, the more we use our fingertips, if we're not fingernail players, the more we use our fingertips, the harder they get and the more calloused they get. So in turn, they can produce a brighter and more crispy tone. Whereas the more you work on any discipline, whether it's siloed or interdisciplinary approach to whatever you're doing, the more we work on a discipline, the better we get at it. Similar to the way that our fingers develop. You know, we might never know when we're beginners what are the possibilities, what is the range of possibility and potential for tonal and textural development on the guitar, especially as a recording artist like like Anthony Tortorello is a recording guitar player and touring guitar player with a band called Denim Dennis. So you might never imagine like the tonal or the textural components just from warming up with these fingers. So it's super important, even though it might be challenging and seem boring. All of this stuff, it's not boring for me at all. I love that. I live for this stuff. But it's not boring for me at all. It's something that we absorb mechanically and systematically, and then it comes out, it gets pushed out into our playing. And if we play and practice in a rushed manner and not focused, if we're just all bah, I think a little bit of that comes out in our playing too, doesn't it? So let's go ahead and start with fingers 2, 3, and 4 on frets 10, 11, and 12 on low E and A and D string. So fingers 3 and 4, no surprises here. 1 E and 1 and 2, and here we go. Yeah, he was the 15-minute guy. So the Mr. Peart from Rush, correct. I kept the first album with John Rutsey. Yeah, right on. Jungian psychology. That's right. Yeah. And then we're talking about who is the thinker behind the Silent Lucidity song. There's a different school of thought though. It's not Jungian. It's not Freudian. It's actually. What's his name? Who actually worked on studying lucid dreaming? I've only been playing 8 months, and these morning sessions help a ton. I love hearing that, Jill. I love hearing that. And you're already building a guitar. A necessity, Jill, yeah? I kept the first album, Jungian psychology. Robert Johnson, inner work. Okay, right. The kingly science of the mind. Right, Carl Jung. I remember that Carl Jung was the subject of study when Phish was, the band Phish with P-H-I-S-H. They were writing their album Rift. And that was, they were all sort of like reading Jung, I think at that time, or B-driven equipment. Good morning. We are just working, I just wanted to welcome you, B-driven equipment, that we are here working on the morning ritual for guitar growth, removing friction from our lives, our guitar lives, and you know, having a moment of ordered, focused practice, which is warming up. This is basically warming up so that we can practice functionally after this. So this is a 1 hour warm up. Some of us have 8 hour practice routines that we need to get through every day in a 3-month cycle in order to practice and maintain all of the things that we have in our trick bag. I can unconsciously decide in dreams. I can fly like a bird easily by waving my arms up and down. I have access to information I don't have when I'm awake. Does anyone remember which psychologist the guitar player was reading from Queensryche while they were recording Silent Lucidity? All right, fingers 1 and 2 and 3 on 10, 11, and 12. So 1 and 2 and T and 4, and here we go. My theory is all brains that are dreaming at the same time are connected, or maybe we are all connected every moment of our lives. Yeah. I'm really working on, now I'm going to focus, I wasn't just then, but I'm going to focus on just building, be conscious of tone here. Here we go. So I'm going to leave you to your own work for just a moment while we kind of work through this program, and I'm going to focus on tone production. You can definitely hear the barbed fingernail on my third finger on my picking hand. Akashic record. I still really like that acoustic. Me too. I really enjoy this acoustic. All right. We have to serve ourselves from the ether. That makes sense. The songs and melodies are already floating in your room. You just have to grab them. I've heard that a ton of times, and I think it's like praying for wisdom, right? You don't receive it unless you pray for it, and then when you pray for it, you have to be ready to receive it and hear it. So it's like the instructive tongue, you know, it's there, but unless you have a receptive ear, that information goes nowhere, right? So 1 and 2, fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 on 9, 10, 11, and 12. It's like a fingernail. My fourth finger has, my pinky finger has a fingernail on it, and my ring finger does not. It's the Martin DX2E. Good idea, good eyes to spot the Martin though. Working on alternating the fourth and third fingers while playing fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the fret hand. On the picking fret hand is a little bit of a chore, isn't it? A little bit of a peg scramble. Explorer, can you play Sweet Child of Mine? Absolutely. All right, so that's it for that part of the practice. I think what I'm going to do is work on just a stretch here for just a moment, and then we'll go ahead and get back to some of those triadic things that we talked about not so long ago. I wanted to also work on those multiple string, sort of cascading style scales, so that we start working into the realm of diatonicism, and maybe even at some point some pan-diatonicism, or some more sort of modern concepts. But for now, I'd like to just work on some diatonicism, where we focus on only one root note at a time, and then we focus on the fifth. In the world of diatonic, di meaning two, like the two tones that are governing the universe are the yin and the yang, right? Or so the black and the white, and then, or the tonic and the dominant. The tonic and the dominant are two supremely important functional tones to understand. So we'll work to understand plagal cadence, the perfect authentic cadence, and then a little bit later today we'll maybe add a plagal cadence, maybe talk about some minor plagal cadences, and working or the amen cadence, and then we'll probably be finished for today, at least for the morning ritual. But I wanted to talk a little bit about speaking of Izzy Stradlin, there we go. Or what's his name? What's the guitar player's name from Guns N' Roses? The guy that shredded all of those parts. Paradise City. I really was into Appetite. When Appetite came out, it was when that came out, that was a world changer, was it not? Yeah, that's right. Someone said, we were talking about this in the car yesterday, in the truck, in the van. Wouldn't it be cool? Someone mentioned this here in the live chat, I think last week. Yeah, Saul Hudson. Someone mentioned it last week. It was anyway, I just got to get that stuff out of my system once in a while. Not really quite warmed up yet, but I wanted to start with the high open E string. I wanted to start with the high open E string and start working on just the the E major triad. So it would start with open high E, and then G sharp, and then B, right? Anyway, somebody mentioned it last week about, wouldn't it be cool if MTV just decided to press go again from like Video Killed the Radio Star to and just let the whole program run its course again. And just, I can't imagine someone hasn't figured that out yet. Like, why would that not have happened already? And is it happening? I mean, and if it's not happening, what is the limitation? What's the barrier that we need to overcome to like push reset and have MTV like the way I knew it, the awesome MTV start all over again and run? I mean, whew, why would that not happen? It's a super idea and a supreme idea, and somebody's going to capitalize on it. All right. So we have the open high. Yeah, I think it was Sky. Yeah, Sky mentioned that last week. That's a million, probably a $1 billion idea. So I'm starting with what do I have access to within the octave? I'm going to include the octave. So I have the E, G sharp, and B, and then also the E up here on, or that fret, you know, if you're like, you know, Paul Gilbert and Mr. Big, you use all of that stuff, right? So we have that open high E, and then G sharp and B, and then E. We're only talking triads at this point. We're just doing a quick specialization here. And then what we want to do is work on the root, the tonic chord, and then the 5 chord. If we use the open strings, which I'm going to do, I'm going to insist that I'm using the open strings here because it's an E, it's an open string, and it's great for, you know, it's good for the bones, good for the soul. But I'm going to play all of the other notes from the B dominant or the B triad, right? But I'm just going to include the open E string, so it's like adding the 4 in the B chord. You know, begin the day with a friendly voice, a companion unobtrusive, right? That sound. As if that's not like one of the coolest guitar sounds to ever grace God's great earth. So we're just going to use that open high added E. All right, so my guess is MTV is going to, in the next few months, you're going to see MTV do exactly that, Sky. You're going to see it reset and run the first few seasons anyway. I'm going to go with a hunch here and think that it's actually going to happen. So maybe if we visualize it enough and we think through it enough, we'll like manifest it to happen. So I'm a believer. I'm a true believer with that. So let's do this B and then D sharp. Of course, the open E string, and then I've got that F sharp down here that I don't want to forget, and that B there, okay? F sharp, B. You know, some people just sit here and watch this channel and observe because, you know, it's like Toy Caldwell's band is starting to tour again, you know, and you never know who is watching, you know, you never know the marketing geniuses who are watching this stuff, you know, and you just never know. But I'm going to guess that this word is going to travel quickly enough. Someone's going to race to get MTV back on the air for the first few years, and we're all just going to be like, party time. This is going to be great. I'd be really surprised if it did not happen, put it that way. All right, Sky, so it's all coming from you, bro. You know, all right, so E. We're not using the 4 chord yet. We're only exercising downtown Julie Brown. There you go. See what I mean? It's like infectious. So we're just thinking E, and then I'm I'm using the E, G sharp, and B, and then the E, B, and then E, right? Could be a slur to get to that high E. It could be the 9, the 7, back to the resolve of the 1. Could be the flat 2, flat 9. To a little bit of that diminished sequencing. There's a lot of stuff to do here. A lot of stuff to do. And then we'll just go ahead and practice the B major triad. We could use that A as the flatted 7. So all I need to do to study harmonic movement for diatonicism is start with the 1 chord. When we decide to get into the plagal cadences, we have the A chord, which is A, C, and A, E, and, or C sharp and E, right? I think we'll end for there today. So I'm not quite warmed up, but getting there. So downtown Julie Brown. So, oh, let's see. Let me give you, I've got to confirm over here on this other place that I'm still, let's try this again. Hold on, bear with me just for one moment. I know Kevin's probably get up here and ready to say, sayonara. Jason has his videos on Fleet. I hope I can do as well as I grow the quality he produces. Kevin, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you all have a wonderful guitar day today, and you continue to grow and prosper in the world of guitar and in your guitar practice and your guitar craft. So I really appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you again tomorrow at the same time, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard, and we will be back. And until we meet again, I wish you all a very happy picking.